loading.
Try it again.
Test.
That's gonna be the guy calling out our names. I think we get our names called out.
Dimple.
You want to go in the field?
Will Honda Martin please make your way down to the field? Honda Martin. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to historic Holt Moffett Field for Old North State League Baseball. Tonight's games between the Brunswick Surfin Terps and your Lexington Flying Pigs. The staff of the Flying Pigs would like to welcome everyone, and on behalf of our general managers, Miss Leslie Dennis and Mr. Brendan Emery, we thank you for coming and we hope you enjoy this evening's game. The Old North State League promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Any profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Holt Moffitt Field. We thank you for your cooperation and again, hope you enjoy today's game. Again, we'd like to give a big Flying Pigs welcome to our youth team this evening, the Salem Select 9U and 10U baseball team. When we introduce our starting lineups here shortly, they'll be going out to the field with members of the Flying Pigs. At this time, though, if you would turn your attention towards the pitcher's mound. Throwing out our ceremonial first pitch for tonight's game is Honda Martin from the Salem Select organization. You better sign him up, Coach Cash. Again, thanks to Honda Martin and the Salem Select organization for being our youth team of the evening. The Flying Pigs would like to thank the following sponsors: Planet Fitness, Radical Fire Protection, DSI Innovations, Aces of the Triad Cleaning Services, Young's BP, 37 Roots Farm, Goose and the Monkey, Stay Alert Safety, Martin and Bradley Plumbing. Also a special thank you to Bridget's Kitchen for sponsoring our post-game player meal this evening. Fans, also don't forget to visit the concession stand here at Holt Moffitt Field. Cheeseburgers, hot dogs, nachos, a variety of other snacks and beverages available for sale. That concession stand is located behind the stands underneath the center section.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, I forgot. No, you fine, bro. If I knew how to wear that, man, you gotta do it from outside.
Nope.
You good?
I mean, I can.
I should have just done it before. All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Surfin Terps, leading off and playing shortstop. Number 1, Brady Skipper. Batting second and playing second base, number 8, Thomas Cook. Batting third is tonight's designated hitter, number 19, Mac James. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 37, Darren Kraft. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 27, Christian Barcroft. Batting sixth and doing the catching, number 17, Derek Francis. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 21, Joshua James. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 22, Shane Garrett. Batting number 2, Landon Everett. Batting ninth and playing second base.
From the end of State Street in the barbecue capital of the world, we would like to welcome you to another edition of Flying Pigs Baseball in the Old North State League. Hello again, everyone. Enoch Davis, glad to have you along. The boys back in town after what was supposed to be a 2-game road trip. It was shortened, as yesterday's game that was supposed to take place on the coast against Brunswick was rained out. So tonight, the Surfin Terps return here to Hope Moffitt. It was supposed to be back-to-back games, but we'll have one tonight as the Flying Pigs try to get back on a win streak after having their 5-game win streak come to an end last night against Kinston. We'll get you more and starting lineups after this. The starting lineups.
By Joy Cone.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly held at the twilight that gleamed, fooled by stripes and bright stars, the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so silently streamed, and the rocket blazed, the bomb bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner wave for the land will breathe and the home of the brave.
A tremendous rendition of the national anthem as we get set for baseball in Lexington. Again, it's the Lexington Flying Pigs, 7-2 overall, a second in the Western Division, only because they are in the loss column tied with Hendersonville, who has 10 wins, though. So they find themselves 2.5 games back, but right where they want to be. But unfortunately, the 5-game win streak did come to an end, as I mentioned 2 nights ago in Kinston, 7-5. To the Wingmen. Brunswick on the other side have been, I should say, the Surfin Terps have been the best team in the Eastern Division the entire season at 8-4 overall, 7-3 atop the division. They've won 4 straight after picking up a 7-2 victory over River City on Sunday. Let's get the starting lineups for you for Robbie Jones' squad from the coast. It's Brady Skipper, the shortstop, leading things off. He'll be followed by Thomas Cook, the second baseman. Then comes the designated hitter for Brunswick, Mac James. Darren Kraft is the left fielder, and he'll hit cleanup right in front of the man in the 5-hole, Christian Bearcroft, the third baseman. Catching tonight, Derek Francis for Brunswick. He hit 6th, and then 7th will be Joshua James, the right fielder. First baseman Shane Garrett will hit 8th, and then Aiden Payne will round things out in wear number 9. He is the center fielder. So it's Skipper, Cook, James, Kraft, Bearcroft, Francis, James Garrett, and Payne. Again, for the first place, Brunswick Surfin Terps, first place in the Eastern Division at 7-3. For Cash Costello in his first season, the Flying Pigs off to their best start ever in franchise history. Had a 5-game win streak stint. We told you that. Carson Willoughby, the center fielder, leads things off for the Flying Pigs. Ty Hubbard will play shortstop tonight, hit second. And then comes Owen Crevelt. He'll switch across the diamond and play first base this evening. James Corshon, we've seen him in a variety of positions this year. He's in right field tonight and hitting cleanup. In the 5-hole for Lexington, James Tate, the left fielder. And then comes Ian Laird, the third baseman. 7, 8, and 9 look like this for Lexington. It's Jacob Lentz, the designated hitter. Brett Haskins behind the plate tonight, as we saw him a couple of games ago here in Lexington. And then Caden Whitehead rounds things out. He will play second base. Willoughby, Hubbard, Crevelt, Corshon, Tate, Laird, Lentz, Haskins, and Whitehead. On the bump, Brady Wingett, for the last guy that we saw, Brady Turner, excuse me, that's where he goes to school. Brad and I were talking, and he's going to get a kick out of that. I wrote down Wingett is where he goes to school. Brady Turner, of course, the lefty at 5'8", 180. We saw him the last time the Flying Pigs were here at home, where he had tremendous outing. He, along with Wagner and Horde, took care of the Porcupines. And Turner's first pitch on the way. It is down low for ball 1, and it comes in at 6:58 this evening. Back to work the lefty, and another one in the dirt. I told you the Wingett product. And back on that overcast night here in the Barbecue City. They beat the Porcupines 3-1. Turner, as he comes set, 2-0 on the Skipper, who watches it away for ball 3. Turner, 4 complete, gave up just 1 run on 3 hits, 3 walks. He did hit 3 batters, but struck out 6. It took him 79 pitches to do that. He gave way to Wagner and then Horde, who took care of business after that. It's a fastball, and the 3-0 pitch runs in and hits Skipper. So right away, the Surfin Terps with a base runner. Thomas Cook will come to the plate. 17 pitchers on this Surfin Terps roster. Compare that to Lexington, who has less than 10. See how many they use tonight. Obviously, probably not all of them are here. Here's one of a handful of Brunswick Community College products, Thomas Cook, from the left side, as Brady chases back Skipper. Mac Jones awaits on deck. Lead by Skipper at first. Comes set, lefty Turner. Long look to first, now to the plate. He kicks and deals, and there's a fastball that started outside and stayed out there. Turner to find the zone here early. He's yet to do that. Lefty leans with the left hand dangling to his side. There he comes set. 1-0 on Cook. Runner at first, Skipper. We're just underway from Lexington. Pitch. Cut on and fouled straight back. Very close to our camera down there. Speaking of that porcupine game, that was when the camera got hit, or was that against the Yard Goats? That was the last time Lexington was here at home, but it was an out-of-league game. So Turner gets cooked the foul one back. It's a ball and a strike on Thomas. His pitch is laid off of by Cook. That's high and inside. Turner yet to throw a called strike as he falls behind the second straight batter. 2 balls and a strike. Laird even with the bag over at third, holding skipper on at first is Crevelt. Again, he's playing first tonight. 2-1. Oh, they got him picked off. Step, throw to first. They already had him. They had him picked off, but Crevelt's airmails the throw to second base. It goes into left field. Tate runs it down, and Skipper, who should have been dead to rights, will be in the second base off the throw-in error by Crevelt. It's not the best of starts for the Flying Pigs. But again, still early. No score, top of the first. Again, James will hit next from the right side. Then comes Kraft for the Surfin Turf. Crevelt now playing deep over at first against this left-handed hitting Cook, who lets that one go upstairs for ball 3. Turner trying to come all the way back here against Cook. 3-1 the pitch. Outside corner, no. Low and away. So we hit Skipper to start the game. Now he walks Cook.
Now batting the designated hitter.
5 pitches, and here's the
Mac James.
3-hole Mac James. Designated hitter tonight. Wears 19. One of the 3 catchers on this Surf and Turf roster. First pitch to him. Right down Broadway. Called strike 3 is Turner. Trying to avoid getting in a jam here in the first. James out of Florence Darlington Tech. He's a sophomore. He's from Conway. First pitch over the 0-1. He swings, sends it deep down the line and left. That's it, well in foul territory. So the count now 0-2. Sure, Mac James, which high school he went to Carolina Forest or maybe North Myrtle. Not sure if he's in Conway, maybe Conway High School. The Tigers, that's right, the Tigers. Brad and I said at the same time. Maybe grew up a Chanticleer fan. So hello to the James family if you're listening tonight. 0-2 on Mac. Turner's pitch. Having to fist it over to the right side, having to go back. It's Crevelt. He waves a glove at it, can't get it. It's down. Crevelt with it. He'll get it in quickly to Haskins behind the plate, but it's a bloop single, a 2-strike bloop single for James, and the bases are loaded for Brunswick.
Now batting the left fielder, number 37, Darren Kraft.
So again, as impressive as he was against the Porcupines in the last league game here at Holt Moffitt, Turner off to a rough start. We'll bring the corners in with the Pigs. Laird at third, Crevelt at first. In case you missed it, that's Hubbard and Whitehead in the middle. At short and second, respectively. It's Tate, Willoughby, and Krishan in the outfield. Haskins flashes the sign to Turner, who comes with a fastball. And thinking about it was Kraft. He holds back for ball 1, though. Yep, Willoughby. No Casey Ross. No Mason still in the lineup. Those are the 3 had 2 hits the other night in the 7-5 loss at Kinston. That fastball tails away. Makes it 2 balls, no strikes. Bearcroft awaiting on deck. My fault. Barcroft. I put that E incorrect as a C. He hits from the left side. I do know that. As that fastball tails away. It's ball 3 with the bases loaded. Still no outs. And a throw-in error on a botched pickoff attempt. It had Skipper dead to rights after he was hit by a pitch. Cook walks. A bloop single by James. Here's Kraft with the bases loaded. A 3-0 to him. Outside edge. Called strike 1. And this would have been 3 games in 3 days if not for the rain out last night down at Brunswick. Open stance for Kraft. Waits the pitch. Here it is. He swings, but swings over the top of it for strike 2. See the two-tone bat, black barrel, light brown handle. A couple of matching batting gloves. He pitched a couple of practice swings knee high. Here's the payoff pitch from Turner. See if he goes after him. He'll have to here with the bases loaded. The fastball got him to swing, and he flies it away foul down the first base side.
Kids, if you retrieve a foul ball, please bring
In
it
Brunswick,
back to the and get a treat.
Winners of the last 4. They were only a half game up ahead of River City, and they took care of the Skippers a couple of nights ago. And these two were supposed to meet last night in Brunswick. 3-2 again. Turner 2-4 inside, and it's ball 4 as Skipper walks home for the game's first run. Couple of walks. A hit batsman. Get that. Always mess that up. And then Mac James with the single. And it's 1-0. Brunswick top first. Here is Barcroft. First pitch to him. In there. Called strike 1. Sun still high in the sky out beyond the right center gap, beyond the scoreboard. Here in mid-June, but a perfect night. Low 70s as Barcroft. See if I can get past the first. I may have mispronounced his name anymore. He fouled that one away. So 0-2. Second straight batter that Turner has had 2 strikes on. But he's still looking for his first out here in the first. Turner. Pitch. Fouled away again. That one was off the handle of Barcroft's bat. Ferrum College freshman, originally out of I was going to say VA Beach, VA. I guess that's how they say it. Virginia Beach, 6 foot 215. Pitch, no lackluster swing and a miss there by Barcroft. He's down on strikes. It's finally Turner and the Flying Pigs record an out. And it comes with a strikeout against the 5th man in the order. And with 1 down, here is Derek Francis, Surfin Terps catcher. He's first pitch swinging. Grounds it hard, back through the box, a chance for Whitehead. He can't get a glove on it. 1 run is in. Around third on his way home is James. And just like that, it's 3-0 Brunswick. Still just 1 out with runners at first and second. Francis wasting no time to pick up a pair of RBI. He stands on first. And again, Kraft on second. Here's a mound visit. Coach Smith out there to talk with his lefty. And that'll give us time to remind you, Lexington I was going to tell you this. Back in action.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 21, Joshua James.
Tomorrow night. Oh, check that. How about Thursday night? Skip the day there. Swamp Foxes will be in. Marion will be here. I think they're going to do a doubleheader. They will. Yeah, that's going to be Thursday. Nope, no doubleheader.
Doubleheader's
So,
on the road.
excuse me. So Friday, the doubleheader. Swamp Foxes came here. They were up 3 or 4-0 to start the game. Then it got rained out as James holds back on the first pitch he sees this afternoon or this evening from Turner. It's Joshua James, the right fielder. Thursday, Swamp Foxes. Friday, Swamp Foxes. But Brad is telling me it's a doubleheader on Friday, right? There's a ball in the dirt, blocked by Haskins. It bounces out to the left, though. That'll allow both runners to move up as Kraft moves down to third and Francis moves up 90 to second base. Brad, doubleheader. Is that what you're saying?
Doubleheader on Friday.
Yeah, doubleheader on Friday in Marion, out west with the Flying Pigs and the Swamp Foxes. And then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Flying Pigs all here at home. 7 o'clock, and 5 o'clock on Sunday. That's right. 3-0 now, but as Turner misses out of the zone, that one's in the dirt again. No action in the orange and blue bullpen, right beside Lippard Fieldhouse down to our right. Again, second and third again. Already 3-0. Surfing turf, as that one's right down the middle. Dead red there was James. He takes it for strike one. At 3-0 now. If we could have to update the score here, that would help. There we go. There's a swing and a miss. Took something off of that one. Did Turner? It looked like he did. And James out in front, swings and misses. So now the count goes full. Still just one out with a base open over at first. Runner at second is Francis. Kraft over at third. 3-2. Another swing and a miss. Nice job there by Turner to come back and get the strikeout. Both outs this inning recorded by Wade of a Brady Turner strikeout. So give him a couple, and here's Shane Garrett. First baseman hitting in the 8 hole. That's right. Brunswick has now sent 8 batters to the plate. They lead 3-0 with 2 out, and a couple of those batters remain on base. First pitch to Garrett, off the plate, so it's 1-0, of course, to start. Outfielders Tate, Willoughby, and Corshawn playing him straight away. Infield, the same deal. Turner's pitch. Taken for strike one. That's on the outer half. Shadows starting to completely fill left field where Tate stands, starting to fill up at center as well. There's another one outside. Not sure if that was a strike, but Garrett reaches, swings, and misses for strike two. Willoughby looks like he's straddling the sunlight and the shade. Now he takes 3, 4, 5 steps in. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. That evens things at 2 apiece with 2 outs and a 3-0 contest. Again, top of the first. Flying Pigs yet to come to the plate. Looking for strikeout number 3. Could essentially strike out the side here. Good Turner. Here's his pitch. And it's tipped back. Haskins can't hold on. I think that got him in the forearm. As the plate umpire will walk out. Saw the field umpire saluting during the national anthem. Of course, that means a veteran. So appreciate his service. Appreciate he and his partner being here tonight as well. So rub the bill of the cap or take it off and wiggle it around. Whatever you do with the deuces wild, whatever your superstition is. In case you missed it, Skipper hit by a pitch back and then a walk by Cook. James with a bloop single brings the first run in. A walk by Kraft, and then Barkhoff struck out. Francis single, and then James struck out. Looking for his third strikeout. Didn't get it, but it gets him to pop it up. Shallow right center field. 3 men converging. It's Corshawn calling off Willoughby and Whitehead. He makes the catch, and finally the top of the first is over. As Brunswick gets 3 runs on a couple of hits. There were a couple of walks and a guy got hit. But good news is the Flying Pigs have yet to hit. We'll come back to Lexington. Willoughby, Hubbard, Crevelt starts it out for Lexington as you listen to Old North State League Baseball. Hope Moffitt Field, the site for tonight's Old North State League matchup. Again, Enoch Davis, glad to have you along as it's Brunswick, top team in the Eastern Division at 7-3. They're 8-4 overall, and the Surfin Terps looking for their 5th straight win. Flying Pigs at 5-1, second in the Western Division. They just had a 5-game win streak snapped. It'll be the first time to the plate for the Flying Pigs. Carson Willoughby, who was the player of the week for the Pigs last week, 2 for 5 in the loss at Kinston a couple of nights ago. Looks as the first pitch he sees, it's off the plate for ball 1. Yep, a couple of runs driven in as well for Carson the other night. Pitch hit right back to the pitcher, and Everhart, a righty, takes 3 or 4 steps towards first base, underhands it to his teammate. And Garrett over there, and there's one down.
Number 11, Ty Hubbard.
So here's Ty Hubbard, regular at shortstop for the Flying Pigs. Double 1, the white numerals. So we start out with a couple of lefties tonight. Tonight, if you remember, as Everhart misses off the pitch there. 6 lefties, including Willoughby and Hubbard, who led things off. We were talking about in the win over the Porcupines the last week, the league game. Hubbard with a swing and a miss there, though. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Pitch, cut on, line foul. We got around on that one to Ty. Hubbard the other night, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Flying Pigs top 3 guys, the same as it was 2 nights ago. A 2-run loss to Kinston. 1-2, though. Off the plate there, as you may have heard Everhart kind of go, to himself. Everhart, almost a sidearm motion. He works from the right side or the first base side of the rubber. Kicks, deals, and 3/4 delivery that time is in the dirt. It's a fastball. Slides to the right. That'll make the count 3-2. Maybe I'm behind. Maybe 2-2. I'm ahead of myself, I should say. Let's see if he did. So 3 and. Okay, I guess he did do a foul ball. So 2-2 it remains, and there's a nice looking curveball. Could see the movement on that one as Hubbard goes fishing for it off the plate. He's down on strikes. And there's 2 down.
Number 1, Owen Cravelt.
Here's Crevelt, Pigs first baseman tonight. Where's the single digit? As the infield shifts back around for him to pull it. That includes third baseman Barcroft. They write that differently on the field here. As the first pitch taken by Crevelt. He was hitless the other night. He did draw a walk, though. They brought into the windup. The freshman delivers a 0-1 fastball. It's called for strike 2. Crevelt down 0-2. It's a curveball. It's straight down off his foot. It's a foul ball. It's a late call from the plate umpire, but I think everyone knew it. Crevelt definitely knew it because he felt it. 3-0 Surfin Terps. Flying Pigs trying to avoid losing back-to-back games. Losing back-to-back games for the first time all season, in fact. It's been a good one so far. Just 2 setbacks. That second one coming 2 nights ago. The other one at High Point against the Hush Puppies. 2-strike pitch, fastball, bounced to short, but right to Skipper, who fields and throws over to first. The Pigs go down in order after giving up 3 in the top of the first, so they trail 3-0. We played 1 complete. Bottom of the order in the 9th hole. Aiden Payne will come to the plate, and we'll go back to the top. Skipper and Cook for the Surfin Terps. This is Old North State League Baseball.
Number 9, Aiden Payne.
Big starter Brady Turner, the lefty, labored through the first inning, gave up 3 runs on a couple of hits, pair of walks. He did hit Skipper to start the game, and took him 36 pitches to get through that first frame. He'll face Aiden Payne for the first time tonight, a left-handed hitting center fielder for the Surfin Terps. So 3 lefties in this lineup, a lefty-lefty matchup with Wingett's Brady Turner. Comes set, glove chest high, lowers to the waist before firing an outside fastball. Again, no wind this evening. We haven't had much wind since, well, the aforementioned Swamp Foxes were in town. The storm rolled in on us. There's another one off the plate. 2-0 to Payne. Turner takes his time. Now steps off the bump, jumps back up. A little landscaping in front of the rubber, and now he moves to the third base side. Before getting his sign from Haskins, he has it. 2-0 to Payne, who watches it on the outside part of the dish for strike 1. Again, a beautiful, beautiful night in Lexington for baseball. Here's the 2-1. But to go back outside, here's a check swing. Payne fouls it away, so Turner got what he wanted there. Now he has an opportunity to pick up his 3rd strikeout. Two and two. Top second, 3-0 is our score. Surfin Terps lead it. That one is just inside for ball 3. Looked like he came with a changeup that time. Couldn't find the zone, and couldn't get Payne to swing. And if he did, probably would have kind of chopped it over to first. He'd have got sawn off. Payoff pitch on the way. Payne, fastball, popped up. Left side, out of play. Maybe gave you Turner's numbers on the season. Making the second start, this would be his 5th appearance. He goes after Payne. 2-strike pitch. High in the air to center. Turning and running. Reaching up Willoughby. He can't get a glove on it. It one hops up the beginning of Q's heel to the wall. Here's the throw in from Willoughby. Cut off by Hubbard. Down to third. And to Laird, who applies the tag. Nice relay throw, gentlemen. And nice job by Laird to stay in there and apply the tag. Payne getting a little greedy there off the double. He tries to stretch it for 3. He's thrown out.
Number 1, Brady Skipper.
So they'll give him the double, but he's thrown out. Getting a great job by Willoughby to go after it. He got burnt, goes back, and Hubbard had it about 10 feet into the outfield. Field it short. He was relay through to Laird. And plenty of time to get Payne with a head-first slide. So here's Skipper, who started the game. He got hit by Turner back in the first. So he fouls that one away. Told Turner, 1-0 record on the season. Coming into tonight, 4 earned runs, 12 walks, 13 strikeouts. He struck out 6 guys looking. He has 2 tonight, but the regular variety. He's on the doorstep of getting another one here. It's that fastball's at the knees, called strike 2. Turner back to work. Pitch. Cut on and miss for strike 3. Skipper trying to extend the zone that time. He pays for it. There's 2 down on the 3rd strikeout of the evening for Brady Turner, who looks as if he has settled in here in the second, despite the hard hit ball by Payne, as he gets a little help from his friends. So Cook, who's one of 2 walks in the first inning for Brunswick, takes the first pitch he sees his second time around at the knees. That's called strike 1. And just 3 hits, but they produced 3 runs so far for Brunswick. Ground ball pulled right side over to his right. Crevelt, he backhands it. Actually, he reached in front, got it, kind of poked his glove out. He has it. Nice toss just in time to Turner. And that'll do it for Brunswick, who goes down quietly. A couple of really good-looking defensive plays there. The play by Crevelt to go over to his right, get it to Turner was pretty good, but it was not as good as Willoughby's throw from the bottom of Q's heel and center to Hubbard. Ties relayed to Laird. Ian's tag to Payne, who was trying to stretch out a double and a triple, was the first out of the inning. Again, Skipper and Cook retired in order as well. So after an inning and a half, Lexington still trailing Brunswick. It's 3-0 Surfin Turfs. Corshawn, Tate, Laird. Stay with us. The Flying Pigs come to the plate for a second time this evening.
And on Sunday, fielder, number 27, James Corshawn.
Here's James Corshawn, the Pigs cleanup hitter. Playing right field tonight. Here's James. And first pitch he sees from the righty and Everhart. It's out of the zone. Corshawn not in the lineup at Kinston. Had the night off. And now he's up or ahead 2-0 against Landon Everhart. Next one. Swung on. Sunday hop the second for Cook. And Corshawn is retired.
Now batting,
one out. Here's James Tate.
Number 13.
Go to the other side of the outfield as the left fielder steps in. Tate also not playing at Kinston. Left-handed hitting Tate. Where's 13? Broke his wrist there. Didn't bring the barrel with it there. Takes ball one. That misses low and away for Landon Everhart. We sent the Pigs down in order their first time up. There's a fastball. That's just on the inside part of the dish. So 1-1. Now the count to, without looking, I'm going to say this. Should have learned this out. The Lenore Ryan, future Bear. Let me double check. Yeah, that's right. 6'1", 170. That one's off the end of his bat. Foul territory, third base side. It's just outside the chalk. And fortunate, Barcroft didn't catch that one. The Tate now down 1-2. Tate with a high blue socks this evening, matching a few of his teammates. Chokes up on the wooden bat. Pitch from Everhart. Cut on. This time rolled to second again. Cook. Easy play there. Gloves. Throws over to Garrett, and there's two down. Here comes Ian Laird for the first time.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 24, Ian Laird.
Laird at 211 on the season. There's a fastball at his knees. 0-1. Next pitch, he takes in the dirt. Carolina University. This is Laird. I haven't talked to him yet about this. Minnesota native, so he is a Twins fan. We'll be heading there next week. Of course, I'm a Twins fan myself, but not from there. Just grew up here. And I'll tell you that story here in a few moments as Laird sees one off the plate. That will be the Red Sox will be in town next week. That should be a good one. Here's the 2-1, Everhart. rides it inside and pops Laird on the left shoulder. And he will become Lexington's first base runner.
Now batting.
Growing up in the middle of North Carolina in the 90s, there was a team down in the state of Georgia, as Jacob Lentz walks to the plate, and the Atlanta Braves, who made multiple trips to the World Series. And to me, as a kid in middle school, they just became more of a bandwagon team. So one of those World Series, that would be the one that Kirby Puckett will see tomorrow night. Blasted one to dead center. That's what I think I became a Twins fan.
Your
course.
favorite university picked up a big transfer today.
I don't know if Brad, if you can hear him, I don't know if he's talking about softball.
Yeah.
That was, yes, I saw that yesterday when the player of the year, two-time player of the year.
Yeah.
She goes from Oklahoma and she goes back to her home state, back to God's country. Again, that's where we'll be headed on Thursday. We'll not be with you. Brad won't either, so I apologize. We're going to get the vacations in here now. But Lentz, big lefty. Double three with Laird on first. And another one as outside. 3-0 to Lentz. Lentz yet to get things going as well. He's hitting just below 150 on the season. 3-0 Everhart, trying to work his way back. And he won't do it that way. As he gets Lentz to straighten his legs, hop out of the way for ball 4. And there's runners at first and second. Pigs, again, after going out of order to start the game, now have 2 on. But there's 2 outs. It'll be up to Brett Haskins, the Lexington catcher, to get maybe 1 in here. That hopefully will be Laird at second, maybe Lentz too. Get a bonus run and help out Brady Turner on the other side. So just as we saw with Willoughby and Hubbard at the top of the order, here's back-to-back lefties with Lentz and now Haskins. Everhart, a long look back, kicks and deals. That's a good-looking fastball. Good pitch there, called strike 1. I think I mentioned Haskins when they were here against the old men, the over 35 guys, the Yard Goats from Greensboro, Fairmount State University product at 5'9", 170. You can see him hitting lefty down below. Everhart, his pitch, a 1-strike pitch, just downstairs for ball 1. Haskins at 278 this season. So with an opportunity to bring a run home. He has 2 RBI so far. And the 1-1, he sends it on the ground to second. Charging to his right is Cook. He bobbles it. Throw to first, not in time. It gets past Garrett to the fence. Around third with a throw in there and scoring will be Laird. And meanwhile, Lentz moves up 2 bags to third. And the Pigs in business with a little 2-out rally aided by Cook, who just couldn't hold on to it. We saw him make 2 putouts to start the inning, but not that time. Just got away from him.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 14, Caden Whitehead.
So 1 down. Here's the bottom of the Pigs' order, and Caden Whitehead, who has 3 runs driven in this year. Take another one here, and Whitehead just over 350 on the season. A wide stance he takes and pitch on the outside part of the dish. Runners at the corners again, 1 in, but 2 down. Pigs still trail 2-1 in the second. Whitehead, a swing and a miss there. Indiana University Kokomo. Got to hang out with he and Blake the other night. And I'll talk about Blake. May get to it now as the runner at first takes off. Swing, hitting a run. Haskins takes off. Meanwhile, Whitehead grounds the fastball to shortstop. Skipper, low throw to first. Garrett digs it up, and that'll get Brunswick out of the inning, but not before Lexington hops on the board for the first time tonight. No hits. They did draw a walk. Laird ends up getting hit by a pitch with 2 outs. He ends up scoring on a throwing error by Cook at second off the ground ball by Haskins before Whitehead grounds out to end the second inning. We'll get to what I was going to tell you, hopefully a little bit later on, as we talk about Blake Kimball Another Kokomo product. We'll take a timeout. Top of the third when we come back, and we'll have James Kraft and Barcroft for a second time tonight as Brunswick comes to the plate, leading 2-1. So you listen to Old North State League Baseball. To the plate for the Surfin Terps as we begin the third. Mac James, Darren Kraft, Christian Barcroft. Combined 1 for 2 with a walk, a run, and a strikeout their first time up. Again, Brunswick was busy to begin the game. First 3 batters ended up getting on and scoring. The skipper was hit by a pitch. Cook walked before the man right here, the designated hitter James, had a single. It's a bloop single that brought in Skipper and started the scoring. 3-1. Again, the Pigs down 3-1. I may have made a mistake since reference something about a 2-1 score last inning. That's on me. Ball and a strike now as James takes that one on the outer half. Again, 3-1 Pigs. I'm doing a terrible job of updating the scoreboard as you're watching. Here's a long fly ball by Tate. Drifts towards foul territory and about 3/4 of the way up Q's heel. Tate waited for it to roll about halfway down before he started that climb up what is a hill that's a lot more steepness to it. It's a lot steeper, I should say. Trying to figure out how to say that. It looks from here. I was going to add to reference Talladega. It's more. I guess it is more like Bristol. Not as bad. 2 strikes. Turner pitch curveball in the dirt. Three pack of Ks for Turner thus far as James leads Brunswick off here in the third. 2-2 on him. Brady's pitch. Here's a fastball. Skied high in the air towards right field, towards the line, converging Corshone. He calls off Whitehead, but he overran it. It falls harmlessly to the grass. And I don't know what score that. Did not touch his glove. That will be an error. And I thought the second error after we had the Cravell throwing error, but that will be the first error. So James charged with the miscue, and he's on. As Kraft comes to the plate.
The reason one wasn't given in the first was because he stole the base.
Turner pitch outside half. Yeah, Brett had told me that already because he stole the base.
He had advanced to third.
He went ahead and went to third after that, so that's why the error not there. So the first one on Lexington tonight. Short lead at first by James. As Kraft hits that one off the end of his bat. Sends it foul over the first base dugout, which houses the Pigs all home games here at Holt Moffett. And you haven't made the trip, come on out and see us. 0-2. Kraft. Turner. Fastball. Sky. Left side. Towards the line over there. Laird over there. Looking, and it falls in between 3 fielders. But fortunately, picking it up is Tate. He throws it to second base and retires James, who, of course, had to wait up and make sure the ball was going to drop. And again, Tate, Laird, and Hubbard all converging there. I think Laird lost it. Hubbard never caught him off, and Tate just quite wasn't there. Or wasn't quite there. So a couple of misplayed balls there. But fortunately for the Pigs, they do get one.
Texas Longhorn.
So that was an error or a hit there. I guess they did give him.
It's a fielder's choice.
That's a fielder's choice. My fault. Yep, that's right. Getting some interesting plays tonight. 5-4 fielder's choice. How about that? Thank you, Brad. You kids said Texas twice. Yes, for those. I don't think we have anyone listening originally from Texas. Yeah, Longhorns, unfortunate last night. 0-1. Barcroft picks up the leg, but does not bring the bat with him as he steps forward and takes ball one. That's off the plate. So 1-1, one out. Again, runner at first over there is Kraft. As we just talked about, Mitch reached on a high fly ball that came down just inside the line behind third on the fielder's choice. Here's a line drive. Reaching up for it. Whitehead. Easy throw back to first. He doubles him up. Great jump there by Caden. And the Pigs are out of the inning. As Brunswick picks up no hits, and they leave no one on. It's a double play to get them out of it. Again, a line drive to Whitehead, who tosses it back to Crevelt, and that'll do it for the Surfin' Turf. Well, inning didn't start out that great for Turner and the Pigs, but they end up facing the minimum in James Kraft and Barcroft. We'll go back to the Flying Pigs for the bottom of the third when we come back, and back to the top of the order with Willoughby, Hubbard, and Crevelt. We return to Holt Moffitt, 3-1 Brunswick on the Old North State League Radio.
Leading off the bottom of the third for your Flying Pigs, the center fielder, number 15, Carson Willoughby.
Bradley Green in the house tonight, as he always is. Won't be here Thursday, though, doing the PA. I know some of the parents coming in town this week. It'll be Father's Day on Sunday. It's Carson Willoughby, Pigs Player of the Week, to the plate for a second time tonight. He had a comebacker off the second pitch he saw back in the first to Everhart, who tossed him out. To begin the Pigs' offensive night. First pitch to him, called strike one. Now there's one down low. And the right arm of Everhart, who has one strikeout this evening. He's allowed just one hit. No hits, just one run. That's what I was trying to get to. Another hopper to Cook, who's been busy this evening. Cook gobbles it up, tosses to Garrett, and plenty of time. And there's one down. Here's Ty Hubbard.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11.
Fourth ball
Hubbard.
hit to Cook this evening. He's handled all but one. That was the error that led to Lexington's only run thus far. 3-1, that's where we're at, Pigs Trail. As Ty Hubbard steps, does not offer it, one off the plate. Out of town scoreboard, we've got the schedule for you, but not any scores. High Point at Reedsville tonight. It's 1-0, cut on, fouled back. Hendersonville visiting Sanford and the Spinners, which River City coming off that loss to the Surfin' Turfs. Going down to the home of the 82nd. Of course, the Fayetteville Shoots. 1-1. Slap the other way. Slow roller Skipper has to charge. Gloves, throws across his body, and throws Hubbard out by about a step. So there's two down. Here's Owen Crevelt. Clayton at Lenore this evening, and then the Swamp Foxes and Pineville Porcupines go at it in Western Division play. And, of course, our game, Brunswick, here in Lexington, maintaining a 4-game win streak, while Lexington's trying to jump back on that winning streak after having their 5-game enjoyment period come to an end 2 nights ago at the hands of the Wingman in Kinston at 7-5. Take it Kingsman with the Wingman. Is that named after because Goldsboro so close to there for the Air Force Base? I like it. And here's a hard hit ground ball. That's going to get through. Crevelt sets back on the fastball, pulls it through the past Skipper, who was playing more towards the left, and that is the first hit of the night for Lexington.
Number 27.
The official no-hitter comes to an end in the third with 2 down of Owen Crevelt. Here's James Corshon to come up after him. Remember, Lexington scored its only run in the second with 2 outs. Everhart not close to the plate on that fastball. It's off well outside. Corshon, we told you how many balls have been hit to Cook. Corshon and Tate went back-to-back with ground balls to the second baseman to begin the second. Next pitch, high and away. And a reminder for Lexington, doubleheader Friday at Marion. That one is on the outer half, called strike 1. Two and 1. 2 outs. Swamp Foxes will be here Thursday, and then Lexington will go there as the check-in throw pushes Crevelt back. So the Swamp Foxes here Thursday, and then they'll go to Marion for a doubleheader on Friday, Will the Pigs, and then return home for back-to-back home games. There's a fastball high and away. Yeah, Legends come here on Saturday for, of course, a regular 7 o'clock start, and then Hendersonville will be here. 5 o'clock starts on Sunday. And again, I understand some of the parents will be in town for this weekend. Good deal. Good way to spend Father's Day. It's a 3-1 fastball. Reached down for by Corshon. He skies it in the air towards left field. It hangs up there forever, it seems like. Before finally coming down, being grabbed by Kraft. And the Pigs, despite a 2-out single by Crevelt, they go by the wayside in the third, and now after 3 innings, it's Brunswick 3, Lexington 1. We'll step aside and come back as Francis, James, and Garrett await for the Surfin Turfs. We return. This is Old North State League Baseball. Back at Hope Moffitt, where the Surfing Turfs lead the Flying Pigs 3-1. Enoch Davis, glad to have you along tonight. I feel like I stumbled through that schedule, even getting Brad to help me. Thursday night, 7 o'clock, right here at Hope Moffitt. It'll be Lexington hosting the Swamp Foxes. That will not be a part of that makeup where the Swamp Foxes came here last week and had the 3-4-0. Let me just look back. I keep guessing. It was a 3-0 lead before they got rained out in the second. Swamp Foxes, of course, in the Western Division right now, a half game behind the Flying Pigs. I'm sorry, 5 games behind the Honey Crips, 2.5 behind the Flying Pigs. That's Friday night. Then Saturday night, the Flying Pigs make the return trip. That's on Friday. The doubleheader. Then Saturday, Legends will be in here from the north. We told you that. And then it's Hendersonville on Sunday.
And then next Monday, it's the Ducks.
Oh, that's right. And then Monday a game as well for Lexington. So 2 balls and 1 strike, though. When I was telling you that, Derek Francis has stepped in for a second time after singling his first time up. It was a part of a 2-hit, 2-walk, 3-run inning for the Surfin Turfs to begin the game. 2-1. Fastball, thigh high. That's called for strike 2.
Hopefully, Lindholm from Yarborough getting a bullpen in while they're at the beach.
That's right. Senior week. I know that's where Mr. Lindholm is at. And Mr. Everhart, who pitched the other night. Kinston, 2-2. Fastball outside. And it is Francis who wanted nothing of that. In top 4, 3-1. Brunswick. Francis wiggles the bat, waits the pitch from Turner. Here it is. It's a fastball, and he fouls it the other way. One of the youth teams, 9 youth select teams in the house tonight as youth nights continue here in Lexington. Salem Select. There we go. Thank you, Brad. 9U, 10U guys in attendance tonight. 3-2. Little breeze flagging up, blowing out in dead center there at 360 straight away. 3-2. Here comes Turner again. His fastball, ring him up, strike 3. Yep, froze him as Francis threw the bat towards the dugout, took a couple of steps towards first. That's certainly a strike, and it's strikeout number 4 for Turner. First of the backwards variety, though, for the big lefty. And here's Joshua James, who was the second strikeout victim back in the first. Turner away off the plate to begin James. We'll start James' second at bat. Garrett to follow. Fastball up and in. In just 1 hit, Pigs have managed to score a run. Off of a couple Brunswick errors. But Lexington, not the best night in the field so far for the Pigs. They're down just 2 runs. 3-1. Here's the 2-0. Pulled high in the air, down towards left, twisting and turning. That's in the foul territory. Over the rest of the Brunswick crew who decided to come out of the dugout, they're sitting up on the bank down there. And that may be that all the rest of the pitchers, right? Because I told you had 17 on the roster. I imagine that's most of their staff down there. Turner the lefty, nods the head to Haskins. And the pitch in there. It's upstairs. So 3-1. 1 down. As Francis struck out to begin the 4th. Laird even with the bag at 3rd. Here's the pitch. And it's taken for strike 2. That looked like a changeup. Right over the middle of the plate. James, not the pitch he wanted, nor the one he was looking for. So the count goes full. With 1 out. On a gorgeous night in Lexington. Payoff pitch. Taken inside, ball 4. 3 walks issued for Turner after hitting Skipper to begin the game. Again, Surfin Turfs not tearing it up in their own right, just 3 hits, but they have managed to push across 3, all of those in the first frame. And here comes Garrett, who flew out, took Kershaw over in right at the end of the first. Again, they sent 8 guys to the plate, did the Surfin Turfs. Lefty steps and throws the first. Turner, I think that was a little closer than James expected as he slides in head first. He's back up. And a minimal lead, a couple of shuffles over there, hands on his knees. As he looks on with Turner, who steps and throws again. Getting Pigs back at home on Thursday. I keep reminding you. It'll be good to. We won't be here. We'll be in town. Brad or I won't be. It'll be good to see some of the families taking off that time. Think that was a pitch out. Does not even get to Haskins. It's well off the plate. Goes to the backstop. That's going to be a wild pitch as James takes second base. I think the plan was there, just not the execution. Turner, 1-0. Pitch on the way. And straighten his legs. Taking for ball 2 is Garrett. That one well inside.
U.S. Open begins tomorrow. Or Thursday.
Did not know that for you golf fans. Brad mentioned the U.S. Open begins tomorrow. Thursday. 2-0. Again, inside as Garrett straightens up and leans over at the waist and looks at ball 3. Can turn a great outing. His last time it was here, it came in a 3-1 victory over the Porcupines, where he went 4 innings, struck out 6. And there's the 3-0. Taking all the way, Garrett, he does for strike 1. Whitehead towards the bag at second. He'll shuffle back as the pitch is on its way, but again, it's low and inside. And there's a 5-pitch walk to Garrett. It's back-to-back walks.
Now batting, the center field.
Punch runners at
Number
first and
9,
second.
Aiden
Here comes
Payne.
Aiden Payne, who blistered one over the center fielder's head in Willoughby, and then tried to stretch a double into a triple as Willoughby lasered one to Hubbard, and his relay throw to Laird was in plenty of time to tag out Payne for the conventional 8-4-5 putout. That was to lead off the second. Turner would go on to strike out Skipper and then get Cook to roll one to Crevelt over at first. It wasn't the easiest to place to Crevelt. He had to go to his right. Didn't really backhand it, though, but he shouldered it in time to Turner to get him. Speaking of Crevelt, he takes a knee on this hard hit ball to him, pops out of his glove. He's able to get it, bring it to the bag just in time. An excellent play by the Pigs' first baseman to get there. And Owen, again, first had to get the glove on it, hang on to it, and then beat Payne to the bag, and that's exactly what he did. So now 2 outs, and we go back to the aforementioned Skipper at the top of the order. As now the shadows starting to engulf pretty much all of Holt Moffitt except that slither that comes to the left of the scoreboard that comes from the right center gap down toward the left, the third base foul line. Skipper gets in front, 1-0 as the ball off the plate. You say Kimball warming up down the bullpen. 1-0, swing and a miss. Nice fastball. He kept that one towards the outer part of the plate. Saw Kimball against the Yard Goats. He started that game. Excellent outing. Just took him 68 pitches. We'll give you his line here now and maybe when he comes in again, so I won't forget. 2-1, by the way. That's off the plate. Kimball, 6 innings, gave up 3 earned runs on 9 hits, no walks. That was the most impressive thing about that. He had 4 strikeouts. It's a fly ball, shallow center field. Willoughby drifting to his left, reaches up, makes the chest high catch as Skipper flies out to center, and the Surfin Turfs are turned away despite a pair of 1-out walks. James and Garrett are left in scoring position for Brunswick, who still leads 3-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th when we return to Lexington after this. St. Stephen's High School's own James Tate comes to the plate. For a second time this season, we begin the fourth inning. Flying Pigs trail 3-1. Tate shows bunt. It's not offered a fastball. It's well outside. Just one hit so far for the Flying Pigs. But they did produce a run in the second off of hits batsman and a walk and one. Well, no, I'm sorry. Both errors coming there. Both Brunswick errors coming there in the second. Another one off the plate, so Tate ahead of Everhart. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Cut on. Looped into left field. Coming in for it is the left fielder who leans out, makes the catch. Kraft, excellent play there. Kraft was coming in. Going back was the shortstop and skipper. And Kraft says, I got it. He kind of slides and makes the catch off his left thigh. And there's one down. It's Tate. I'll say it's kind of robbed of a base hit to begin the fourth. Here's Ian Laird. And Ian not offering that first pitch fastball that's outside and low. Laird again pitched to him. And the Pigs' third baseman washes it off the plate. So he's ahead just as Tate was, 2-0 to begin his second at bat. Laird was hit by a pitch with 2 down back in the second. He ends up scoring the run. The only run so far, 2-0. Again, another one off the plate. So 3-0.
Brendan, you out there?
Just one walk issued so far to Everhart. We told you Laird was hit by a pitch. 3-0. And he swings and fouls it away over the first base dugout, over the youth team in attendance tonight.
Leslie, do you know if they're going to do the t-shirt toss at the top of the inning or the bottom?
Tony Laird, the Minnesota native, swings, hits this one hard towards left field, but going back, reaching up, making the catch. It's Kraft, just shy of Q's heel out there. In fact, he kind of had to run up at about 3 or 4 steps like a transfer truck coming down the mountains without any brakes. Kind of had to run up there and get himself to stop. Talking about one of those sand ramps they make. So 2 excellent plays by Kraft to begin the fourth inning. I think you'd agree. So here's Jacob Lentz. First pitch swinging off the end of the bat towards the line over at third. And there's another pretty good-looking defensive play. Barcraft went after it, reaching up, looking, and then he finally reached up and falls down, making the catch. So, again, they put 3 kind of asterisks beside those plays because none of the 3 were easy for the Surfin' Turfs left fielder and the third baseman. 1, 2, 3. Go the Pigs. We played 4 in the Barbecue City. Top of the 5th coming up. Cook, James, and Kraft as you listen to Old North State League Baseball.
83 pitches. Setting off the top of the fifth for the Surfin Terps. The second baseman, number 8.
Well,
Thomas.
Brady Turner closed the book on the lefty as he's out with 83 pitches. We'll give you his total line here in just a moment. But for now, it is Blake Kimball. We told you, saw him against the old men, the Yard Goats from Greensboro the other night. Went 6 innings, gave up the 3 runs. The only big hit he gave up was a 3-run blast to Lamar Briggs, who about 2 weeks ago was in the Double-A system with the San Diego Padres. But that was the only runs, really. How about 9 hits, no walks, and 4 strikeouts? It took him 68 pitches. And Blake starts out right where he left off the other night with a curveball that drops in there, 4-strike-1. Against the left-handed hitting Thomas Cook, it'll be Mac James and Kraft after him. It's 2, 3, and 4 in order for Brunswick. Yes, the 0-1 is off the plate. Kimball, we told you, and hopefully the family listening tonight, just to put a smile on your face. And again, he and Caden, the Indiana, the IU Kokomo boys. There we go. Not to be mistaken for the Beach Boys. Of course, I guess we made that song popular back in the late 80s. I think Brad will correct me on that. 1 and 2, one's fouled away. On Cook, and that one just off the plate. Thought Blake had hit his spot there. He does have. Get to it here in a minute. He goes through the signs with Haskins. Now, I think I don't blame Cook. He called for time, steps out of the box. Kimball, I think shook his head yes twice, and then shook his head no twice. And then I think that threw off Cook, who is facing a 2-strike count. Here it is. Got him a swing and miss. Fouled into the middle of Haskins. And again, Kimball starting out where he left off the other night. And with 1 down. And again, that is Blake's first strikeout of the night. I asked if we could share this on the air. I think I already had earlier. But Blake on his left thigh, just above his knee where you can see it if he has shorts on, features a tattoo. I'll tell you what that is here in a minute as he nips the edge for the fastball to start James out. His 3rd plate appearance this evening. He's 1 for 2 after a single and scoring, and then he reached on an error as Kimball just threw one by. Curveball. Hit hard towards center. Willoughby's got a bead on it, though. No, he doesn't. Has to go back. Makes a leaping attempt. It's over his glove, but he picks it off the base of Q's heel in dead center. And into second is James. Second time we've seen one hit out there this evening by one of the Surfin Turf batters. We saw Payne do that back in the second before being thrown out at third, trying to stretch it into a triple. But with Blake, the Roman numerals on his thigh represents, he said, when his grandfather died, the date on that. And his grandfather, according to Blake, he starts out Kraft with a curveball. That's just inside. Wow, I thought that was a strike. Kraft, by the way, 0 for 1 tonight after walking and then grounding into a 5-4 fielder's choice. Blake's pitch, curveball in there for strike 1. Yeah, Kimball's grandfather, as he was telling me, as Kimball sat there and he had a Notre Dame shirt on, of course, being from that part of the country. Here's a high fly ball out to Corshawn and right. No problem there for him. He makes the catch, and I thought they were going to try and tag from second. It was James, but he thought twice about it, and probably a good call as Corshawn's throw comes into Hubbard on the infield, and that was right on the mark.
Number 27, Christian Barcroft.
So 2 down for Barcroft. Blake's the grandfather, sideline reporter. He took photos for Notre Dame back in his time. So no wonder Blake, an Irish fan. Can't blame him, right? He's in Illinois. He's from the state of Illinois. Caden, on the other hand, from Indiana. He's an IU guy. Blake off the plate. There's a curveball. That one starts out there and stays out there. And of course, they both teammates at Indiana University Kokomo. By the way, Danny Kurtman, if you're listening tonight, hello to you, sir. What's that? Two these two get to hang out with the most. Talking about with Caden and Blake, who comes set, kicks, deals 2-0. That one's fisted over the third base dugout.
Alden Richardson up down in the bullpen.
Okay. Alden Richardson, Brad is telling me, up in the Brunswick bullpen. But Blake Kimball on in relief here in the fifth. Can't find the fastball in the outer half. So that one makes the count 3-1. With 2 outs, runner at second after the 1-out double is James Burcroft, who struck out already once tonight. And he sends that one in the air towards the bank in foul territory on the left field side, third base side. How about that? Getting 2-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pigs down by 2. We're in the fifth. Blake's pitch. Threw it by him. Nice looking fastball is Barcroft. Swings and misses for a second time this evening. And again, despite the 1-out double, Blake Kimball looks just as good as he did the other night against the Yard Goats. 4.5 in the books from Hope Moffitt, where Brunswick leads Lexington 3-1. This is Old North State League Baseball. Brett Haskins, Caden Whitehead, Casey Willoughby, as we begin the bottom of the fifth. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Pigs down 3-1 against Brunswick, who they were supposed to play last night down on the coast. That game got canceled, so the Pigs not able to make the trip. Brunswick, though, had to come up to the Barbecue City today. Squaring, bunting this one. Haskins down the third base line. There's a charging effort by Barcroft, but he's going to have to just eat it. Great effort there. Brett Haskins, first pitch, pushes a bunt down the third base line, and he's on with a bunt single.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Well,
number 14.
great start there as Haskins becomes the first leadoff man for the Pigs to reach this evening. Here's Caden Whitehead. We're just talking about he and Blake, teammates at Kokomo. He hit a hard ball to Skipper the last time. He swings and misses at the first pitch he sees this time. That one maybe inside there. When Mills the bat, one quick practice swing at waist high. Here's the 0-1 to him. Whitehead lets it go. It's up top, taking off with the pitch. Haskins. Here's a throw down to second by Francis. Not in time. In fact, it gets almost into the center fielder in Paynes. There's a stolen base by Haskins. And the Pigs now with a runner in scoring position, down 2, and no one out. Perfect night here at Hope Moffitt. I know I said that before. Those of you coming in town later in the week, hopefully you enjoy your stay. We'll have perfect weather for you as well. Ball and a strike on Whitehead, who swings, chops it high over to third, charging against Barcroft, and he throws it across the diamond in time for the out. Same way. Croft couldn't get to the bunt that time, though. He does get
Now batting,
to the
center field,
softly hit ball by Whitehead
Carson
as he
Willoughby.
retires the Pig's second baseman. There's one out. Meanwhile, Haskins is able to get to third. So just as good as a bunt there, a sacrifice bunt. Into the third goes Haskins. Here's Willoughby, who's still looking for his first hit. Everhart serves him up a first pitch fastball. It's called for strike one. Croft almost on the cut at third. Shades rode high on the hat there. Shallow fly ball here off the bat of Willoughby. That's going to be down from third base. Here comes Haskins. Throw is up the line towards first. And Haskins comes in standing up. It's 3-2 now. There's the RBI single by Willoughby, showing why he was the Pigs Player of the Week. After picking up a couple of hits and a couple of RBIs on a Monday night, he comes through big here. Again, 3-2 with Willoughby at first base. The first pitch swinging. Here's Hubbard. It's going to be high in the air, right to James out in right field, who didn't even have to move to make the catch. 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And here comes Owen Crevelt.
Owen Crevelt.
After grounding out the skipper in the first to end the inning, he came back in the third, had a 2-out single, but was left on base after Kershaw flew out to left. With 2 outs, big first baseman windmills the bat from the right side. Pitch on to him, and it's taken by by Owen for a strike. Crevelt, Kenyatta College, California product, 6'4", 210. Here's a hit and run. And a Kenyatta product grounds it down to third. Croft pretty busy this inning. He takes it on the second hop and throws across the Garrett in plenty of time to end the Pigs in the fifth. We played 5 complete now, but the Pigs do pick up one in this frame to get back within a run. It's 3-2 Brunswick over Lexington. Come back, rejoin us after this at Holt Moffitt as you listen to Old North State League Baseball. Derek Francis to the plate for Brunswick, who leads it 3-2. So we go to the 6th. Blake Kimball on in relief for a second inning. 1-1. Curveball. That's been on since he came on the bump. He struggled against lefties with the outside fastball, but the breaking pitch has been there. Let's see if he goes back to it. 2-strike pitch to Francis. Nope, fastball. Got him to foul it away. Well, that hit, I don't think I've ever hit the bleachers. I'm sure Brad has. The bleachers that are located just past the first base line. Some of the kids, some of the adults are down there. 2-strike pitch again. That's a fastball up top. Check swing. He says, yes, sir, as Francis is down for a second time tonight on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Kimball as he struck out Barcroft to end the fifth. He's got Cook already, so make it strikeout number 3 for Kimball, who's usually not a pitcher. And, boy, he's been great in his last 2 outings, with the last one in here against his first league outing. He misses upstairs against James. Now the fastball hit the other way, not hit hard at all. Crevelt takes it, calls off Blake, who was over there just in case. He taps the bag, and there's 2 down.
With 2 outs, the batter is the first baseman, number 22, Shane Garrett.
Here comes Shane Garrett, who walked back in the 4th, and he's the one that Pigs starter Turner finally retired to get out of the first inning. In the 8th batter he saw, he went 36 pitches in that first inning. And it's a breaking pitch, sails down low for Blake, kind of smiles and shakes his head a little bit, goes back to work on the quick wind up, and that's a looping pitch is outside. Not sure if it was a slider or not. Double deuce goes off the back of the bump now. He takes the hat off, scratches the head, adjusts it back in. He's back on top. 2-0. Curveball, yes, sir. Curveball, slider, whatever that is, Blake. It looks good tonight, kid. That's right down the heart of the strike one. Here's a 2-1. Fastball. Didn't get him to chase as Garrett leaves it alone. And Brunswick up 3-2. And again, as much as I give the score, I never update the innings here or the score sometimes. There's one off the plate. So ball 4. We'll send Garrett to first, and we'll wait Aiden Payne, who's out for 2 this evening.
Fielder, number 9, Aiden Payne.
It is the top of the 6th at Holt Moffitt. Anderson Snyder. See him is in the house tonight. The Snyder family, another host family for the Pigs. See him with that also familiar Soul Blue Oak Grove hat. Of course, we saw down in Kinston, a couple of the Oak Grove guys combined in that outing. Pretty good lead over at first for Garrett. Nope. Secondary, he stays put as the lefty Payne watches it miss outside. Couple of runs on 3 hits. Just 1 miscue for the Pigs so far. And in case you missed it, 3 runs, all of those coming in the first frame for Brunswick, who has 4 hits and a couple of errors of their own. Blake, fastball, cut on and missed. Laird, Hubbard, Whitehead, and Crevelt. From left to right in the infield, Tate, Willoughby, and Corshon. Starting 9 remain the same. As Blake just couldn't get on the top of that curveball. That stays outside for ball 2. And Haskins for a second straight home game gets a start behind the plate. Usually Jimenez is back there. So Blake again can't find the strike zone with the fastball. 3-1, 2 down. And the Pigs have scratched a run in the 2nd, and then the last inning in the 5th. Get back within a run. Here's a 3-1. Fastball popped up, left side, drifting towards left now. I should say left center now, more towards Tate and left, who makes the grab, and the Surfin Turfs are finished in the 6th. Well, Pigs get one their last time out, and they get back within a run. Let's see if they can get closer as Corshon, James Tate, who just made the catch, and Ian Laird come to the plate for Lexington. When we come back in the bottom of the 6th in Lexington. Here comes James Corson. He will be the first batter to face the new Surfin Turfs pitcher, Alden Richardson, who is a sophomore, originally from Mebane. I think he went to Eastern Alamance, I would guess. He's at Firm College. Here's a hard hit ball down in the corner. That's down in fair territory. Hard hit ball there. Nice James Corson. James around first, speeding to second. Now the ball comes in. It's a leadoff double for James Corson, and he represents the tying run for the Pigs in the sixth. Boy, James, nice to no time. That's his first hit. The Pigs' fourth base knock of the evening. Here comes James Tate looking for his first hit. Corson.
Now batting the left field.
The lefty.
Number 13.
Here comes Tate, the lefty as well. And again, boy, Corson jumped on that fastball. Looked like it was inside. He pulled it in the air down in the corner as it one hop the fence. And there's a curveball from Richardson. Again from Firm. Glove. Chest high. Slow look back to second to Corson to check on him as his fastball tails away. He taps his chest. Is my fault. To Francis, the catcher. Guilford Tech right now, sophomore, originally from Newport Richey, Florida. He's in the Krauts, awaits the pitch from Richardson, as does Tate, who steps and swings and misses for strike two. Step, swings, and misses. There we go. I think Brad likes the way I struggle with the English language sometimes. And then the accent doesn't help as well. 1-2. That's off the knob and foul. Hit his right hand a little bit as well. The one that has the red glove. We can, where do we go for instant replay? Denton? What county? We're going to have to go over there in the Denton, right, for the review?
You want him off that?
We just asked if we had instant replay. Ball and 2 strikes to Tate. Richardson comes set. Again, the runner is Corson at second. He represents the tying run. Here's a pitch as Richardson misses down low with a fastball. Get a reminder, Thursday night, Pigs are here. Friday, a doubleheader in Marion to make up for the home game the Pigs had. They were down 3-0 before the bottom dropped out. 2-2, Tate in his eyes. So 3-2. Pigs also at home on Saturday and Sunday as well. Saturday at 7 o'clock, Sunday at 5 o'clock. If you haven't come out, come see us. And again, I know some of the families are coming in town for Father's Day weekend. That's awesome. Hate I will not be here to meet some of you. Payoff pitch, Tate well outside as Richardson loses him. And that puts runners at first and second for the Pigs. It all got started with a leadoff double by Corson. The second pitch he saw, he hammers down in the right field corner, I should say. Tate with the walk, and here's Ian Laird, who was hit by a pitch and scored in the second. That with 2 outs. And he has to turn his back to avoid that fastball that's up and in. Laird, it was back in the fourth when Tate hit the shot out to Kraft with a softly hit ball to Kraft, who had to come in and make a sliding catch. Right after that, it was Laird who lined one towards Kraft and sent the left fielder back towards the base of Q's heel before he made that play. And then it was Lentz who put one in the foul territory over towards third. Barcroft had to come out and grab it. 2-0 on Laird, who swings and misses to the top of that with a high fastball. With the tying run at first, no outs. Brunswick may be expecting a bunt here by Laird. Surfin Turfs have Garrett, the first baseman, on the grass over there. Playing even as Barcroft because there is a runner at second. They both get their leads. Laird awaits the pitch. Here it is. Richardson fastball, hammered foul right over the head of first-year man Cash Costello in the third base coaching box. They play in the sixth, picks down 3-2, but runners at first and second, no outs. Laird with 2 strikes on him. As he leans and watches, that's well off the plate. Now it's full as Richardson has labored here through the first couple of batters and now in jeopardy of loading the bases as he comes on in relief of Everhart. 3-2, fastball. That one's hammered foul again down the third base side.
More activity down there. Bullpen. Landon Deep.
Yeah, Brad's telling who's down in the bullpen. There's about 4 guys up. Again, they're deep, according to the website, a lot of guys. Ryan Ford, I just saw Pickens, South Carolina, freshman. Coker, Pickens, I spent some time down there. That's the Duke's Mayonnaise factory, Brad. You guys like to give me a hard time about. 3-2. Chains up, hammered, left center gas. Get back, ball, get out of here! A 3-run blast by Ian Laird has given Lexington its first lead of the night. 3-2 fastball, letter high, and Ian sends it deep into the Lexington night. The blast. It is 5-3, orange and blue. Wow. Just like that, when Richardson came on in relief in the sixth, the Pigs trailed by 1, and with 1 swing, the Pigs' third baseman has given them the lead. A Carolina University product and Twins fan from Minnesota. And that will be the end of the night for Richardson. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. Jacob Lentz, Brett Haskins, Caden Whitehead at 7, 8, and 9, bottom of the order. Now coming after the pitching change, it's Landon Deese, Lander University's freshman, originally from South Carolina. The righty, stocky right-hander starts Lentz out with a couple of balls off the plate. So now Brunswick in trouble after a big 3-run home run by Ian Laird. It brings home Corshawn and Tate and bumps the Pigs ahead. 5-3. So Dietz fastball misses up top, 3 for 3-0. It was just the 5th hit for the Pigs, but now they're out hitting their friends from down at the coast, as my dad used to call it. They have 4 hits. And taking it all the way, Lentz, he does so, and Dietz obliges with the fastball at the knees. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Haskins on deck. Lentz from the left side. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball. Lentz goes down to a knee as he swings and misses. At 1 on the outer part of the dish. Three and 2. Here's Lentz again with the bases empty as they were cleared off by Laird. Fastball again. Swing and miss for strike 3. So 1 down is Dietz.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5, Brett Haskins.
Battles back to get Lentz. He'll face Brett Haskins now. Brett is a 1 for 2 tonight. How about that great-looking bunt single to begin the 5th before he was brought in? Carson Willoughby with 1 down with the RBI single. That got it back to 3-2. With a lefty, healthy swing and a miss on a 1-0 fastball. Evens things, or evens the count at least. There is 1 away. Caden Whitehead waiting on deck. Boy, Brendan's going to get me for not updating the score. If you're listening, you can hear me what the score is. I haven't updated bottom 6. 5-3 Lexington. 2-1. Line over the second baseman's head and into right field. Cook had no chance at it. Haskins on for a second time with back-to-back singles in the 5th and 6th. Again, after a great-looking bunt on the third base line. His last time up, he lines that one into right field. And again, he is a Lenore Ryan commit. Hasn't even made it to the collegiate ranks. Here comes Caden Whitehead. Pig's second baseman was rolled over twice. Once the skipper and once the cook. Pitch. Caden, swing and a miss. Looping swing over the top of what looked to be an off-speed pitch by Dietz. Willoughby's up next and Ty Hubbard if we get that far. But the Pigs do lead 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Dietz, long look in, kicks, deals. There's a fastball. That's called for strike 2. So down 0-2. Whitehead's going to have to battle here. Landon Dietz, jump throw back to first. Not a bad-looking move as it chases Haskins back in head first. (0-2) on Whitehead. 5-3 Pigs. Curveball. Got just a piece of it. Francis unable to hold on, so Caden will stay alive. Trying to maybe push something to the right side. Get Haskins, maybe advance him a couple of bases as Garrett holds him on. A couple of mini shuffles by Haskins, and it does draw enough attention from Dietz to warrant a throw. Three, 4 slow practice swings, waste time for Whitehead. There goes the runner. Haskins is a hit and run. He indeed pushes it towards towards Garrett. Unfortunately, it's right to the first baseman who grabs it for stepping on the bag for out number 2. And with 2 down, it does advance Haskins to second. So maybe another insurance run for Blake Kimball, his college teammate, who's pitching really well right now. We'll see if Willoughby can get his second RBI and trying to get Haskins in after singling in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Dietz pitch is inside, makes Willoughby straighten up to take ball 1. On a ball inside, well off the plate. Willoughby, a running bulldog, as he wears that red helmet. Not sure if that's the one he wore at Gardner-Webb or not. He slaps this one towards third. 2 hops. Skipper can't get his glove down. He charges, went underneath the leather and into left field. And around second scoring as he took off from contact is Brett Haskins for a second time tonight. 4, count them, 4 runs for Lexington in this inning. And that error will be charged to the skipper, the shortstop. As Willoughby stays on first base. He's reached twice now, and here comes Hubbard. Ty. Not liking that inside pitch. There's ball 1. Owen Crevelt will hit next. Ty in search of his first hit. Deese, 1-0. Change up away.
I'm making a mad dash after this half inning.
2-0. As the sun has gone down, still a light night in Lexington at Holt Moffett, where the Pigs lead the Surfin Turf 6-3, one of the league's best teams. Well, one of the league's best 2 teams going at it. Surfin Turfs, an Eastern Division best, 7-3, 8-4 overall. Here's another hit and run. This one executed perfectly. A low fastball drilled into right field by Hubbard. He's going to be on. Willoughby in meantime is all the way to third base again with the hit and run. Hubbard's first hit. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs. Here's Owen Crevelt, the 9th batter to come to the plate for Lexington in the 6th. In a big-time inning for the home team, who is 5-1 in league play, 7-2 overall. But with Hendersonville playing 11 division games so far, they're 10-1 and 2.5 games ahead of the Flying Pigs. So they've doubled up in the win column. 12-3 are the Honeycrisp. The only division loss comes against Lexington for Hendersonville. Oh and 1. We're hit and run again. Crevelt's going to deliver. Fastball, line into right center. In from third easy is Willoughby. Making the turn at second is Hubbard. He's going to be waved to third. Of course he is. He gets the breaks there. And Owen Crevelt keeps this inning going for the Pigs, who now have batted around. And on their way to batting around, put up 5 runs. It's 7-3 Lexington.
James Corshon.
Here's Corshon for a second time. He doubled to start everything out in this 6th frame. Tate walked, and then a 3-run home run by Ian Laird. Takes strike 1. And Corshon, a healthy swing over the top of a low fastball, puts him behind 0-2. James Tate wants another opportunity this inning. And he walked and scored off that home run in the 6th. 0-2 though on Corshon. Here's Deese's pitch. Taking off at first base is Crevelt. High fastball thrown down to second. Misplayed by Skipper, the shortstop. And another run's going to come home. In the meanwhile, he's bobbling it. Hubbard scores. And Crevelt takes second base. Dugout, you can hear them from up here. They're excited. They now lead 8-3. A 6th spot for the Pigs in the 6th. They're still not done. Corshon in the box. He checks on the ball in the dirt. 2-2. He was down 0-2, the high fastball. Francis couldn't get the ball to second in time off the steal. From Crevelt. Now Corshon's in there after one in the dirt. It's 2-2, 2 outs. Runner at second. And now time is called. Crevelt took off with the pitch, so hopefully they didn't show their hand there. Again, what an inning for Lexington. 6 runs after putting up just 2 in the 5 innings prior to that. Here comes Deese. It's under the feet of Corshon, who has to tap dance out of the way of that one. It goes to the backstop. Now the count is full. And, of course, Cavell is awarded third base on the wild pitch. Everhart, pretty good outing for him, the starter for Brunswick. But right now, between Richardson and Deese, the bullpen not doing its part for the Surfin Turfs. He's in the jeopardy of having a 4-game win streak snapped. 3-2. Fastball. Starts high and away and stays out there. Corshon is on for a second time this inning.
Now batting the left fielder.
And for the
13,
game.
James.
Here comes James Tate. Mentioned he walked and was one of 3 runs to score on that Ian Laird home run earlier in this frame, which has now lasted, I would imagine, close to about 20 minutes. Tate wiggles the bat after throwing a walk his last time up. Former Bear sends that one foul on the left side. Off for first is Corshon. Getting his lead at third is Cavell. It's Tate in the box. And the youngster leans at the waist and watches that one catch the plate at his knees. So he's down 0-2. Ball in the field? Yeah, I guess so. All the way down the corner. Now the plate umpire ready to go. Getting a great night. No humidity to speak of in mid-June here in North Carolina, which is very rare, but no wind either. No breeze. 0-2 to Tate. James steps. Does not offer with that one. That one's outside. And makes the count. Ball and 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs. Runners at the corners. 8 runs on 8 hits now for Lexington. Runner takes off at first on the fastball. It's down low. Corshon is going to be in the second without a throw. Lexington has executed 2. They came back-to-back hitting runs with runners at first. They have put the pressure on the bullpen for Brunswick. And again, I know Costello, aggressive manager. 2-2, hit straight back. Great job by James to stay alive. Again, James this year, again, 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. A team high, 444 average. How about that? 4 hits. Looking for number 5. There's a blue single. Yep, it is. Over the third baseman's head. Barcraft, 1 run in. They're going to try to score 2, but Francis applies the tag. His skipper's throw is well ahead of Corshon at the plate. But it is a single, an RBI single for Tate. As Cavell comes in, they send 11 to the plate, do the Flying Pigs. Those 11 produce
6. They score 7 runs on 6 hits.
6 hits. And those 6 hits produce 7 runs. It's now 9-3 Flying Pigs after 6 complete. We'll come back top of the 7th, and we'll see the top of the order for Brunswick as you listen to Old North State League Baseball. 49 pitchers through what? 3 pitchers for Brunswick in that 6th inning. And again, Lexington tacks on a 7 spot, and they lead 9-3. Bubba Luke on in relief. He becomes the 3rd pitcher for Lexington tonight. We begin the 7th as we saw Turner start for Lexington tonight, go 4 innings. Kimball with 2 innings. We'll get you all those numbers here a little bit later. We can get to those. I haven't filled out the card here, but Bubba Luke is on. First pitch is a fastball. It's inside. Next pitch is a fastball, hammered high in the air, out towards left center. Hits the base of the wall at the top of Q's heel as Skipper sends a missile towards the bottom of the fence, and he's on with a leadoff double. It's the 3rd extra base hit for Brunswick tonight, but Bubba pitching with a pretty good, nice cushion here, up 6, leading 9-3. He has a little smile on his face. He tosses the ball up and catches it back, and he'll work from the stretch now. He bends at the waist is Bubba. Glove on the front thigh. And wiggles the baseball in the small of his back. He's going to come set. Kicks, deals to Cook, who lines it foul about the other way. Hi, guys. 0-1. Fastball. Cut on and fouled into the mitt of Haskins. So Bubba ahead of Cook, 2-man in the order for the Surfin Turfs. He's going 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and a strikeout. He was Blake's first strikeout victim when he came on in relief in the 5th. The 0-2 from Bubba. As the breaking pitch didn't break. That stays outside. To the left hand hitting Thomas Cook. Who looks to get this back to a 5-run game. Bubba coming set. Glove waist high. Slow look back to second. Now a second time for kicking and dealing. A fastball that misses low and inside. 2-2. Big fella exhales on the mound. We'll get to see him. It'd be good to see the Luke family in town, or at least Papa Luke, at least. 2-2. Fastball, line the other way, and foul just outside the chalk in left. I'll say it the other night. These guys that I get to hang out with, top-notch guys, and I get to talk, hang out with most of these guys on the team, but in particular the boys that see on a daily basis at the house.
Is Pearl with them?
2-2. Brad brought up a good point. Let's see if Bubba can get the strikeout here. His pitch is down low, blocked by Haskins, as Cook lays off of it. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second is Skipper. No one out in the 7th. Pigs lead 9-3. Bubba looking for his first strikeout of the night. And he got it. Outside corner fastball. Ring him up. Yes, sir. Cook down on strikes. As Bubba starts out the way he left off the last time here at home against the Yard Goats, where he closed out on that victory against the over 35 team. 9-3 the score. Skipper at second. Now 1 down after the backwards K. And here's James, who hits from the left side. There's a first pitch fastball called for strike 1. 9-3 top 7. Again, I just updated the scoreboard there. Had Lincoln in here. My son reminded me of that. 0-1 on James. Here's Bubba's pitch. And it's low and away. Boy, this game turned in a hurry when the Pigs they see them creeping up there in the 5th to get it back within 1. And then, 7 in the 6th. There's a nice looking broken pitch. The slider, though, just off the plate for ball 2. Bubba the big righty from the North Georgia product, originally Swanee. 2 looks back to second, and the White Sox fan delivers a fastball that misses low and inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. 1 down. Bubba kicks the leg, deals the fastball, and getting James to miss it there on the swing. I was going to give Bubba stats. He told me they were not right in Games Changer, so I will spare us those from now and then. I'll have to ask him this evening if they corrected those. 3-2. Luke looking for his second strikeout, and he's going to get it. He got James to swing and miss at one in the dirt, and it pops out. Haskins will complete the strikeout with a throw down to Crevelt. There's 2 down. How about Bubba Luke out of the pen? 2 Ks after giving up the leadoff double. Now he'll face Brunswick's cleanup hitter, Darren Kraft, who is hitless tonight in 3 trips. He did walk in the first. That after the barrage of 3 runs come away at Brunswick. And his first pitch, he gets in the swing of the first pitch, does Bubba, and Kraft sends one down towards the field house. It's off the roof, and of course Sean plays it off the roof. Of course, that doesn't count, I guess, unless you play in the backyard and you have those rules in wiffle ball, or we used to play cup ball back in the day in the yard. The old wax on the outside of the Pepsi. Brad shaking his head, you know, and I think a lot of you listening. 0-1. Low and away. There's like a lot of good memories. That's right. 2 down for Kraft, and more importantly, Bubba Luke, who has come on in relief here in the 7th, has 2 strikeouts already. This is 1-1 pitch. Boy, that slider got him to swing and miss. Kraft thought he had the fastball. He holds up, but it is a check swing, and he did go around. Hope you can see the movement on that one through the camera, because he started that one about middle of the plate, and it broke away. So now 1-2. Pitch again, fastball, line the other way. 1 hop past the diving Crevelt at first, and that's a 2-out RBI single. Skipper rolls home for Brunswick's 4th run, but the Flying Pig's still on top, 9-4.
Your attention, please. Now batting.
So now here's a pinch
for the
hitter.
Surfin Terps, number 5, Josh Barnhill.
Not sure if he'll go in to play third, but Josh Barnhill in the 7th comes on to pinch hit with 2 down, and Kraft on first base for the first place Surfin Terps, of course, in the Eastern Division. First pitch, Barnhill sees off the plate. By the way, Kraft's an Eastern Michigan University product, sophomore from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, down around the Citadel, and of course, USS Yorktown, and home. I give some a free advertisement here. One is in the dirt to Sticky Fingers. That's where the barbecue sauce is made down there. 2-0 on Barnhill, who I was originally looking up when I got off task. Brad knows me well enough. I do that a lot. I don't see him on the roster on the website. Here's the 2-0. It's a fastball. It's upstairs.
Usually it's a C and H discussion.
Barnhill's listed as one of their pitchers. I thought if I went 4 enough up. How about Missouri Valley College? Burgal, North Carolina. Gets to play his summer ball here in his home state. 3-0 from Bubba. It's a fastball right down Broadway. I don't know how in the world Barnhill thought that was a ball, but or if it was going to be called a ball. How about that? Not on 3-0. That was obviously close enough to be called strike. So Bubba can give him the ground one out here, or ground out, or pop out. Fastball, got him to pop it right side. It's over Cravelt's head. How many balls have we seen hit like that tonight? The bloop single kicks into foul territory. Whitehead over to get it before it goes in the bullpen. Meanwhile, motoring to third is Kraft, and Barnhill again on with a bloop single. We have had, not to take anything away from the boys, but probably the fifth bloop single we've seen tonight. Just kind of gets hit off the handle or the end of the bat. Just nobody able to corral it. So here comes Coach Smith out to talk with Bubba. See if they keep Mr. Luke in to finish this inning. He has 2 outs with the runners at first and third, a 9-4 game as we play in the 7th. And it is going to be another pitch hitter. It's Jack Gagan, Tusculum University, of course, located in Tennessee. That's part of the South Atlantic Conference, I'm pretty sure still. And then Ashburn, Virginia, his hometown.
Number 11, Jack Gagan.
Jack does have 11. And Jack will, Brad, just a heads up, I think Brad already saw it too. He pretty sure will come in and catch since he is one of the other 2 catchers. 3 total. Francis started tonight. Gagan. We haven't seen Mark James behind the plate. We haven't. We saw him hit tonight. He is the Conway kid. So here's Gagan for the first time. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Before that, it was Francis who was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Gagan hitting for the first time this season, as they said. As Luke, after the lengthy mound visit, delivers the first pitch, or delivers a fastball in the dirt, 4-1. With runners at the corners, that's Barnhill after the pinch hit. Bloop single sends over at first. Here's one skied in the air towards right side and over the field house. Actually, on top of the field house again, on the other side of it. Actually, off the bleachers for a second time. Okay. We're playing foul pole bingo tonight. If you're looking for that. If you haven't filled in your entire B column or O column. Gagan at the plate, pinch hitting here for Francis in the 7th. Fastball. Popped up. Foul territory, right side. Whitehead on his horse all the way to the fence looking up, and he can't get there. Yeah, that one hit high up there. He'd have to have been Spider-Man to grab that one. Whitehead, another one we enjoyed talking to. He's the Indiana kid. Kokomo, of course, as well. Ball and 2 strikes on Gagan. Luke's pitch, curveball, grounded down the third base side and just outside the bag down there. And we'll reset things once again. 3 straight foul balls from Gagan. Joshua James is scheduled to hit next, and that is and feed him in the on-deck circle. And when resets instead of including Laird down at third. 2-strike pitch again. Yes, sir. There's that breaking pitch as Luke finishes off the 7th. That's it, kid. He essentially strikes out the side with a couple of backwards Ks. He gets James sandwiched in between a looking strikeout by Cook and Gagan. And despite Brunswick getting 1 run, it's Lexington still on top, 9-4. Bottom of the 7th coming up, Laird, Lynch, and Haskins. We'll see if Laird can hit another home run when we come back.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Flying Pigs.
Well, Kyle Burns
The
becomes
third
the fourth
baseman,
pitcher
number
for Brunswick
24,
this evening.
Ian Laird.
Viterbo University, Kearney, Missouri. I hope I just didn't butcher both his hometown and that school. 6'5", 180, right-hander. Deals the first pitch fastball to Laird, who fouls it away. Of course, Ian put up the 4th, 5th, and 6th runs with a 3-run home run in the 6th. It propelled the Pigs ahead 9-3. Brunswick got one back in the last frame. As Laird swings and misses, they are 0-2 now on Ian, who was hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd. He scored the first run for the Pigs. They got it back to 3-2 in the 5th before sending 11 batters to the plate in the 6th. And those 11, of course, like I said, produced 7 runs. Burns through the stretch. Kicks, deals. Fastball. His fastball is upstairs. All right. But there's a new second baseman as well. Did not get the number on that one. There's a curveball that goes to the feet of Laird. He makes him jump up. Well, that makes him jump. He does avoid the ball. Just got through the 7th inning stretch here at Holt Moffitt. 2-2. Well upstairs with a fastball. Yep, Brad said some old man sung the song. Of course, he's talking about himself, Bradley Green. Got to come out and see us if you haven't already. Neither of us will be here Thursday. Just a heads up. Guess that was the night you were going to plan on coming and getting either Brad or I. Here's the 3-2. That is inside. It's going to be a ball either way, but I think it did actually hit Mr. Laird. I think it maybe just tipped his hand. Thought it was his left hand. Now he's looking at his right hand.
Now
Takes the gloves off.
the designated hitter, number 33.
Maybe that
Jacob Lentz.
maybe hit him more towards the midsection. Well, Burns walks the first pig that he sees. Yes, I said the midsection there, Brad. I think
Yep.
So he takes a little more time. There's a big double 3, Jacob Lentz, the designated hitter. The lefty this evening 0 for 2, did walk. Was stranded at 3rd in the 2nd. Pigs did pick up a run there before putting up another one in the 5th. Again, 7 runs
Yes, sir.
in the 6th. Pitch on the way. And the fastball from Burns on the outer edge for strike 1.
Race for the bases, right?
9-4. 9-4 the score. Lentz, the bat on his shoulder. Now he picks it up. He's ready to go. Here's the fastball. That's outside.
I believe Ethan Yarborough has arrived and is warming up in the pen.
Huh. That is Ethan Yarborough down there.
Back from
You
the
can tell?
bench.
That's right. Back from senior week already, huh? The lefty down there. There's one outside, so 2-1. Looks like Jimenez is going to go down and warm him up. Sorry, Yarborough in the Kinston game. Now look, we just have to ride the bus back though. He was halfway to the beach already. 2-1 on Lentz, who steps and lines one foul down the left base. Gosh, the left side. I can't figure out if I want to say left or base tonight. Left base, that works if you're looking from a certain angle, I guess. Two. Burns from the stretch. Here's his pitch. That's away. Payoff pitch. And again, away for ball 4. Laird at second, Lentz at first. Here comes Brett Haskins, Pigs catcher. Before that, a slow walk.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5, Brett Haskins.
Gagan, of course, who came in to pinch hit for Francis in the top of the 7th. He was set down on strikes by Bubba Luke, is the catcher. Two joggers back. I think they just charged a mound visit.
Yeah,
To Brunswick just by the catcher going out there.
I don't keep that.
Okay. Well, I was just curious to see, or interesting to see that he heard up the one and pointed towards the dugout. Here's Haskins, left-hand hitting catcher, stopping that one foul after picking up a hit in the 6th. Seemed like everyone got a hit in the 6th frame. Got a bunt single though in the 5th, a big bunt single to start the inning, and he was brought in by Carson Willoughby's RBI single. Got the Pigs back within 1. They lead by 5 now. Runner at second takes off. That's Laird. Got a pretty good jump, though, down to third base by Gagan. Not in time as Laird slides in ahead of the tag. Great job there by Laird to pick up the stolen base. And now runners are at the corners for the Pigs, who are looking to tack on more, already up 5. On a strike on Haskins. Whitehead's going to hit next, by the way. So he warms up down to her right as he watches Haskins take a pitch for strike 2. Two strikes on Haskins. Pitch by Blevins in the dirt, blocked nicely by Gagan, who holds on. Runners stay still. The count does go even at 2-2. Plate umpire. Here's Gagan back his mask. Burns is ready to go. He's hit a guy and walked a guy so far. And this fastball is sent opposite side and foul. Reset things 2-2 again. That one. Burns misses the strike zone with a fastball. 3-2 the count. No one down. Bottom 7 in Lexington. Pigs with a Pigs lead 9-4 at Holt Moffitt. Burns again. Payoff pitch. And again he misses away. Burns hit Laird to start the 7th. Before walking Lentz,
number 14,
and now Haskins, who brings up Caden Whitehead. Pick second baseman get an opportunity to bring a run here with no one out, bases loaded. Corners in for the Surfin Turfs, and just as he has in at least his last 2 at bats, maybe all 3 of his prior at bats this game, he swings and misses the first pitch he sees. Does Caden. Good corners in here for Kraft and Garrett, third and first. As Whitehead sends one towards shortstop, but over to cut it off is, before mentioned, Barcroft at third, takes the right angle, just high a bit throw, but Garrett able to climb the ladder and come down with it to retire Whitehead, who brings Laird home for the Pigs' 10th run of the contest. In the double digits again goes Lexington.
Carson Willoughby.
One down, runners still 2 in scoring position. Here's Willoughby for a second hit. He chops this one left side, right between Laird and Hubbard. Tate with a quick throw in. Another run in for the Pigs as Lentz scores. Haskins held at third. And it's another RBI single for Willoughby. Give him a couple of runs batted in. That's his second hit.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Ty Hubbard.
11-4 Pigs. Mind you, if you're coming in town to some of our sponsors, Goose and Monkey, located just blocks from the stadium here at Holt Moffitt, one of our main sponsors, Goose and Monkey. Go over and get you food. And Brad just, yep. People upset at you, Brad. He just said, I forgot to tell people it was last call. Of course, Goose and Monkey craft beer available here at Holt Moffitt. Hubbard up 1-0 as Burns misses away. Here he is again. As he gets Hubbard to swing and miss it. One on the inside part of the plate. Actually, he fouled that back. Either way, ball and a strike. Burns. Runner at first takes off. That's Willoughby. Hit and run again. They're going to execute for a third time. They are. Hubbard pulls it in between first and second. Cook over to get it. That actually wasn't Cook. It's the new second baseman. He knocks it down. Willoughby gets to second base. And while all that's going on the right side of the field, Brett Haskins jogs home and gives Lexington a 12-4 lead. 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. You go back to the bottom of the 6th, it's a 7-run frame. They got 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 2nd. So, again, let me go in reverse order. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th, 7 in the 6th, and now 3 with just 1 out, and runners at first and second here in the 7th. Good. Hubbard on. Okay, that's Brendan Leonard is what Brad's telling me. But this is Owen Crevelt at the plate. Pigs first baseman's had a couple of nice defensive plays tonight. He's also done pretty well at the plate, going 2 for 4. Pair of singles for the big fella. He's grounded out the other 2 times. He's up 2-0, looking for his pitch here. He didn't, well, I guess he did get it from Burns. He fouls it away.
They play college rules, wouldn't the walk-off here be done?
Yeah, I guess so. Is it college rules, Brad?
They play college
Yeah,
rules, I believe. So
you're right.
it'd be an 11-run fishing in the 7th.
Yep. Well, maybe a chance to end it. I guess we're going to find out together. Everyone will. Both runners take off. Fastball. Wild pitch by Burns goes to the backstop. Crevelt just stands there and watches his teammates move up. Willoughby and Hubbard to third and second respectively, with Crevelt now, if it holds what Brad was saying, it may be right, an opportunity to end this game, walk it off. And that's what it looks like it's going to happen, Brad. Look, the entire infield the entire infield, not just the corners. 3-1 to Crevelt. High in the air, right field. That's good. Score him. James comes in and can't get it. It's past James. Not only will run score, but both will score. Willoughby to the plate. Hubbard around third. He's going to come home, and that should do it. A walk-off double by Crevelt. We'll give him the double, right, Brad? 2 RBIs, and that's going to do it. Look, they're going to try and go get Crevelt behind second base. The Pigs, despite trailing 3-0 to begin the game, come all the way back and walk it off. And run rule the first place Surfin Turfs out of the Eastern Division. How about the boys from the Central Division or the Western Division? The Flying Pigs snapped the 4-game win streak for the boys from the coast. They put up 5 in the 7th. Before that, how about that big 7-run frame in the 6th? And they win it 12-4. I guess they're only going to give them 3 runs there. No.
For the Flying Pigs,
14-4 is the final. Well,
Tonight's final score.
great job by Brady Turner tonight. He goes 4 innings, not as sharp as he was the other night. Pretty darn good. Blake Kimball, how about that? 2 great innings out of the pen. And then Bubba Luke to finish things off in the 7th. Gets the 3 strikeouts, and his buddies do the rest. Again, the Pigs put up 12 runs. 12 runs in the final 2 innings and win it 14-4. Well, we will not be here on Thursday, or at least I won't. Brad won't be here, but I'll talk to you sometime next week here on the broadcast. If you're on your way in to see the Flying Pigs, be careful for the rest of the week. Pigs back in action on Thursday here at home. Then they'll take a two-game road trip to Brunswick for a doubleheader, and then they'll be back here on Saturday and Sunday. So come catch them on Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday here at Holt Moffitt. Again, enjoy yourselves while you're here. Maybe Brad and I'll catch you next time you're in town. But for everyone involved, including Brad Green, all the players and management, my name is Enoch Davis, bidding you a good night from Holt Moffitt, where the final was the Lexington Flying Pigs 14, Brunswick 4. Pigs back in the winning column, 8-2 overall, 6-1, and they end Brunswick's 4-game win streak. Surfin Turfs followed 8-5, and they're now 7-4, still first in the Eastern Division. But again, until next week, my name is Enoch Davis. Good night, everyone.
Against the Marion Swamp Foxes in the Flying Pigs.